And to do the next session, that is DEIB driving metrics that matter sustainably. To do this, I would request Ms. Sonika Arun, CEO Marching Sheep. Sonika Arun, founder and CEO Marching Sheep, is a leading expert in diversity, equity, and inclusion and progressive HR practices with over 380 organizations in 80 countries. She has pioneered impactful DEI strategies. She is recognized by Forbes India and honored with multiple awards. Sonika is a sought after speaker and thought leader featured in top publications like the Times of India and the Hindu. She has led key initiatives on PWDs, women's and LGBTQ plus issues globally and developed acclaimed programs such as Women at Work and Unleash. Beyond business, Sonika supports diverse communities including acid tax survivors and transgenders group using her influence to drive societal change and inclusion. Please put your hands together for Ms. Sonika Aron.
Okay, I'm back again. Before I start my session, I have another very important thing to do, okay? So, it was a chance meeting with this gentleman at a panel discussion at a Business World conference about 3 years back, three and a half years back. And when like-minded people meet, magic and learning is bound to happen. I learned a lot about veteran inclusion from my interactions with Tarun Vora. With over 25 years of experience in both the military and corporate sectors, Colonel Vora has been a steadfast advocate for inclusion and diversity and has been actively educating the corporate world about veteran inclusion. And trust me, everywhere I go and I meet a veteran, and बात निकलती है तो दे से हाँ हाँ हम तो तरुण को जानते हैं, वो तो आए थे हमारे कैंपस में. He has worked with companies like Amazon and Blinkit. He has crafted innovative people strategies and talent development programs, and he continues to lead from the front. So Mr. Vora, Colonel Vora. हाँ जी. Okay, so I know I am standing between you and lunch. बहुत भूख लगी है? नहीं? So I'm going to tell you a story, okay? बहुत लगी है? बहुत लगी है तो मैं जल्दी से खत्म करती हूँ, ठीक है? So, ये बहुत बार बोल चुकी है. I'm going to skip this. Okay. So let me tell you a story, okay? And this story is of this little girl. Her name is Reema, okay? She is one of the 100-odd girls that we interacted with. But let's stay with Reema, okay? She belonged to a village where, or in a district where the gender ratio of women to men was 800, and where female infanticide, patriarchy was really high. Within that vicinity was also an SEZ, and there was a factory, a heavy engineering factory. And they said, we want to have higher women representation. Right now we don't have, it's just 1%. There were 800 plus employees, all men. We want more. So the brief was very simple. We need more diversity. The why was also very simple, because they also realized that who was the end user. You know, they realized that their end user very often came from the agriculture sector. And when these people came, or they were using their equipment, many of them had been on the front. And because they had been on the front, sometimes they had a physical disability. So how is it that a person without an arm or with one leg, an amputated leg, would use their equipment? And that is where the business need was coming from. So they said that we need more people, we need to expand our definition of diversity, have more people with disabilities, LGBTQ, because tenets of inclusion are the same: respect, empathy, transparency. So then we said, okay, let's start with a very simple process. Let us start with what is it that we want to drive. And we split leading indicators and lagging indicators. We said representation is a lagging indicator. Let's look at what are the leading indicators. What is it that we are going to do that will help us attract, retain, nurture diverse talent? And that is what we are going to measure. Representation, diversity number हो जाएगा. But first we need to put our house in order. So that is where we sat with the leadership and we came up with what we called as our DEI charter. Then we created the enabling framework, which I will just share with you. And then we said, how often are we going to do our review, the governance mechanism? Are we on the right path or not? Ruby spoke about this, right? She said, as per HBR, there are 5 stages of maturity in an organization, right? But apart from the maturity within the organization, there is one more parameter, which is awareness level and appetite of employees. And that varies. It can vary because of many, many reasons. It can vary because of education. It can vary from function to function. It can vary because of location and cultural background. When you put it on a matrix, we get a 2 by 2. And we have actually worked on this, and that is a Marching Sheep proprietary tool where we get a 4 by 5 matrix, wherein we can actually map where the organization is and then map the enabling framework basis where the organization lies in that 4 by 5, or maybe that function. If we are working with the sales function, if I am working with the manufacturing or the supply chain, then what is it that the enabling framework should look like? We have something known as the Marching Sheep Inclusion Index. Now this is also a part of the diagnostic, which tells us on all these parameters, what is my ground zero looking like? I know my destination, but what is my ground zero? Because I cannot eat the whole burger in one bite. I need to break it down into smaller bites and pace it out quarter by quarter. But where do I start? So, as we were doing the MSII and the diagnostic, we came across a lot of employees speak, right? मैडम हाउसकीपिंग में डाल देते हैं, हायर कर लिया, हाउसकीपिंग में डाल दिया, right? बच्चे हो जाएंगे तो हम क्या करेंगे? जैसे आदमियों के तो बच्चे होते ही नहीं ना, लड़कियां थोड़ी वेल्डिंग करेंगी, फैमिली ज्यादा जरूरी है. ऐसे लोग फिट नहीं होंगे. So these were some verbatims that came up. I mean, literally, I've put verbatims here that were said in focused group discussions. And to each one of them, my pushback was, for example, बच्चे हो जाएंगे तो हम क्या करेंगे? So the question was कि आपके बच्चे हैं? आप क्या करते हो? घर में खाना कौन बनाता है? अगर आपकी वाइफ आपसे आके बोले कि मैं बच्चे पैदा नहीं करूंगी क्योंकि फिर मेरे को नौकरी नहीं मिलेगी, मेरी रेटिंग अच्छी नहीं होगी, मुझे प्रमोशन नहीं मिलेगा, तो आप मान जाओगे? चुप। फिर एक होता था लड़कियां वेल्डिंग नहीं करेंगी। क्यों नहीं करेंगी? जल जल आ गई तो शादी नहीं होगी। आप प्रोटेक्टिव गियर देते हो ना, सेम प्रोटेक्टिव गियर आप लड़की को भी दे सकते हो। If safety is a priority for everyone in the organization, then why differentiate? So we had to really work on mindset, and I think that sensitization, we believe, see, a lot of times, and I think that was also said in the panel discussion, diversity, equity and inclusion, the team sitting here might be the conscience holder. But the actual experience, how an employee experiences the organization as an inclusive organization or not, depends on the managers and the peers. And therefore, that sensitization across all levels is super critical. If I have not made clear to every person in the organization that you will be working with a diverse team, diversity comes in different forms. It is not just women, it is also diversity of experience, it is diversity of language, it is diversity of religion, it is diversity of culture. वहाँ पे तो आप चू चू नहीं करते, right? So we actually did this across all 800 people. The next step was, how do we source them? Now, there was a question, talent नहीं है, लड़कियां तो करती नहीं हैं, ITI में होती नहीं है, right? So the admin team raised their hands and they said लड़कियां ही नहीं है. हमने कहा अच्छा. Within 50-kilometer radius of that factory, we made a list of all the ITIs, and somebody from our team sat and called them up, made a list of how many female students, how many male students, and what are their fields. कितनी civil में है, कितनी mechanical में है, कितनी electrical में है, blah, 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 blah. And then these people got into their Innovas and they went and started doing the interviewing exercise. They were able to roll out the offer letters. As the day of joining came, they started getting refusals. हम नहीं आ सकते. क्यों नहीं आ सकते? मम्मी पापा मना कर रहे हैं. क्यों मना कर रहे हैं? क्योंकि घर में सरपंच जी या चाचा या मामा या ताऊ जी कह रहे हैं कि इससे ना गांव का माहौल खराब हो जाएगा. एक लड़की काम पे जाएगी, कुछ ऊंच नीच हो गई तो फिर क्या होगा? So the admin and HR team says, see, I told you, नहीं हो सकता. So I was like, अच्छा, तो चलो फिर से इनोवा में घुसते हैं, इस बार हम भी साथ चलते हैं. So then we went, we said कि कोई तो opinion leader होगा जो बात करेगा, कोई तो होगा जिसको हम influence कर सकते हैं. So then दाल नहीं गली. So then we said that, okay, why don't you join, why don't you come, we'll send buses for you. All the chachas, the mamas, the taujis, and the sarpanches, and the naysayers, all the hookah people, please. बरगद के पेड़ के नीचे that hookah, good. You please sit in the bus and come with your daughters and your sons and you see the facility. And then we showed them around and we देखो यहाँ पे security है, female security भी है, bus भी है, घर भी है, flat भी है, ये लड़कियों के quarter अलग हैं, उनसे 1 किलोमीटर दूर लड़कों के quarter हैं, तो कुछ नहीं होगा, चिंता मत करो, right? यहाँ पे vegetarian mess है, यहाँ पे non-vegetarian mess है, vegetarian mess में दूध, पनीर, non-vegetarian mess में chicken, अंडा, रोज योगा होगा, ये सब दिखा के उनको भेजा. So we were able to get our first batch of women and Reema joined the organization. induction, we made a very strong, compelling EVP. There were security, safety policies, everything was enabling. To the extent when लाइन पे लोग जब काम कर रहे थे, लड़कियों ने आके बोला कि मैम हमारा पीरियड शुरू हो जाता है, हम मेल सुपरवाइजर को कहने में हिचकिचाते हैं. सो हर शिफ्ट में वी सेड देयर विल बी अ फीमेल सुपरवाइजर, somebody you can speak with, right? So it was like an iterative process. I think Charlene said before this that it is a journey. Maybe we did not get it first time right, but as we kept listening to them, we also kept evolving. Then how do we retain them? Okay, so welding wali baat ho rahi thi, right? Now there were workstations where women were not allowed access. So हमने कहा कि हमको तो उन workstations पे कि अगर growth वहीं से आएगी, if somebody is going to move from one's workstation to becoming a line supervisor and then a shift supervisor, then this person needs to be able to do multiple workstations. So how do we get there? So then we said, कि, okay, let's get Reema trained in welding. Reema got trained in welding. She became very good in welding. And one day there was a global visit from the UK. And they saw Reema welding. And they were so impressed, they said, please send her to London. We want to train her so that she becomes a trainer for not just India but APAC. Okay? So, रीमा जी पहुंच गई, सीख के भी आ गई और फाइनली 12 लोगों की टीम को मेंटर भी करने लगी. As she was growing, you know, she also got exposed शहर की जिंदगी, तो महंगे वाले ईयरफोन्स भी खरीद लिए, कपड़े भी चेंज हो गए, ज्वेलरी भी थोड़ी सोचा फिर थोड़ा एक घर में भी इन्वेस्ट कर लेते हैं, अपना घर होना चाहिए, तनख्वाह तो अच्छी आ ही रही है. इतने में जब वो घर जाती थी, जितने भी चाचा मामा ताऊजी थे, क्योंकि अभी 2-3 years हो गए थे, सो दे वुड से कि बेटा यू आर डूइंग वेल, please influence our daughters also, tell them to do study, can you put in a word with your HR, नौकरी लगवा दो. So we used to feel very good कि at least अब इनोवा में बैठ के हायरिंग करने नहीं जाना पड़ेगा, वो लोग खुद आएंगे. So from pay gaps, ERGs, to understand what issues they were facing, talent development programs, training, mentors, all the touch points that could be possible were put in place, right? और फिर गौने का टाइम आ गया. शादी तो बेचारी की 11 साल पे कर दी थी, गौना होना था. तो एक दिन SOS कॉल आया, मैडम प्रॉब्लम है. क्या प्रॉब्लम है? मेरे को लगा पता नहीं क्या किसी ने कुछ बोल दिया, क्या हो गया. शी सेड मैडम अब घूंघट काट के चूल्हा चौका नहीं हो पाएगा. तो मैंने कहा क्या मतलब? कहती है हमारा गौना कह रहे हैं करने को, कह रहे हैं कि अब वापस आ जाओ, पैसा कमा लिया, सब हो गया, अब वापस आ जाओ, अब पति के घर जाने का टाइम है. तो मैंने कहा अच्छा. तो फिर हम पहुंच गए वहाँ पे, पूरी टीम. फिर हमने बुलाया HR वालों को, हमने बोला कि देखो यहाँ पे सिर्फ आपकी कंपनी तो नहीं है ना, देर आर सो मेनी SEZ में, देर आर सो मेनी अदर फैक्ट्रीज एंड देर वुड बी ब्लू कॉलर जॉब्स एवरीवेयर, फोकलिफ्ट ड्राइवर, सिक्योरिटी गार्ड, रिसेप्शन, so many. I said what you do is you collect, you coordinate with the admin heads, the HR heads, the IR heads, and you please make a list of openings that are there. and ask them if they are open. And then you paste this and you share it with all the girls. We told the girls, take it to your fiancés and tell them, तुम भी शहर आ जाओ. ठीक है? We were able to retain 93% of the first batch. And with subsequent batches, the number increased because they saw the confidence, they saw the kind of lifestyle that the couple had, right? The 3-year impact, okay? What we started with, the MSII score, the overall index, there was an 8-point increase before we started our assignment and after. On the representation of people with disabilities and LGBTQIA, we were able to move the needle by 4%. Overall, women plus representation from 1% went to 22% in 3 years. And it was sustainable. It was not like के hire किया 6 महीने में छोड़ के चली गई. It was sustainable. It became a way of being. And more importantly, it had a societal impact. Today, both Reema and her husband wear the pants in the house. They are both earning, they are both financially independent, they are investing in their life. So with that, I come to the end, and I would say that diversity is a fact. Everyone, even within this room, is diverse. Whether we choose to be inclusive, respect each other's perspectives, points of view, actively listen or not, is a choice that we can exercise. Equity needs action. We need to convert intent into action. Without action, we will not achieve anything. Belonging is an outcome. When diversity, equity, and inclusion intersect, belonging is an outcome, and that drives business. And with that, everyone, open for questions, if any, or open for lunch. Yes, sir. Yes, you are.
Stories that I've heard in conferences generally, the kind of conferences that we have. So congratulations to you and your team. My small observation in this is, again, budget. So wheel को घुमाने के लिए greasing की जो शुरू में ज़रूरत है, वो perhaps not everybody's, not all organizations are capable of. Now, how do we do that? Do you have any?
Lovely. Thank you for the question. And again, I will go back to the burger analogy, right? पूरे घर के बदल डालूंगा की ज़रूरत नहीं है. So when we started with the MSII and we came up with the gaps, and this also happens when we do PWD infrastructure audits and we get a long list of gaps. The question that is on the table with the client team and us is, what is priority right now? How much money do we have? How much time do we have? How much appetite do we have? What is it that we can do in the next 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, which will have the maximum impact? So पैसा जितना है, जिसे कहते हैं ना चादर जितनी है उतना ही पैर फैलाओ. I think budget के हिसाब से with organizations, client organizations also, I have come to realize that it's not that they don't want to spend or they don't want to invest in DEI, but there are constraints. If they are able to share those constraints transparently, then we are able to share with them how to prioritize. Okay? So we map the findings with what will have your Pareto principle, 20% input for 80% impact. Yeah. Welcome. Yes, ma'am.
It is there. But inclusion is a choice. How do we make it mandate? I'm to say, or a obvious choice, not mandate, but an obvious choice. Because choice पे छोड़ के ना वो बहुत पंगा हो जाता है उसमें. मतलब how do we make it an obvious choice so that people go for it?
Very
बाकी तो
nice question.
बाकी तो journey है पूरा.
So, in our experience, what we have realized is that nobody wants to be like, I think somebody said in my one of the earlier, that nobody wants to be exclusionary by choice or deliberately. And consistent and continuous reinforcement of how biases manifest in our day-to-day behaviors. What is the difference between microaggressions and discrimination? आई थिंक अभी तो बहुत सारे एम्प्लॉयज़ को ये भी फ़र्क नहीं पता है कि माइक्रो अग्रेशन और डिस्क्रिमिनेशन के बीच में फ़र्क क्या है. माइक्रो अग्रेशन कैसे डे टू डे हमारी लैंग्वेज में, हमारे टीम लंचेस में, टीम मीटिंग्स में आ जाते हैं. So these things have to be continuously woven, not just through sessions, but maybe even during town halls, in our newsletters. It can become a part of our competency framework, which is then integrated into our performance appraisal, into our maybe a promotion criteria can be associated with it. So there are various ways in which we can reinforce the message that some of these behaviors are very important. The other thing that I have personally experienced is that there might be a habit, and making somebody break a habit is not easy. But helping that person create a new habit is something that we can drive. So, for example, if I have a habit of saying ladies and gentlemen, right? It might not be the most inclusive. So the other, right now, if you travel by Indigo, they still say ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, right? How do we start saying hello everyone, people, folks, which is a more inclusive way of addressing, right? So can I just say that, okay, ladies and gentlemen, everyone, people, folks, can I just add? And over a period of time, I'll realize that it is just a repetition, and I will myself make my own terms. So, changing versus creating. And that I have found that when we do inclusion sessions, just giving ज्ञान के ये unconscious bias है, ये behavior गलत है, we have to take them towards take action. What are the 3 things new you can introduce? If in any session a participant is not walking away with a takeaway, then the session is, they can Google it. So that's it from me. I think now let's catch up on lunch. Is that all right, everyone? How much lunch time are you giving? 60 minutes? 40 minutes? She's tough. 222 people.